Hey, so I just came back from watching Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Here are my thoughts on it. I will elaborate more on like how these reviews are gonna go at the end of the review, but I don't want to waste anyone's time, so I'll just get straight into the review. So first things first, did I like it? Did I not like it? Did I find it okay? Uh, this is basically everything that I wanted out of a Spider-Man movie. If someone asked me, like, what I'd be looking for, this is definitely it. This is definitely my favorite out of the Spider-Man films. And it was just really well made. It had its own distinct style to it. My only complaint about the film is that the plot I found extremely predictable, but I could see it being unpredictable to some people. I just felt it was a little formulaic and cliched, but it doesn't bother me that much, and it feels like a nitpick because one, when it used the cliches, it used them effectively. Like, it still felt like there's an impact, even though I saw it coming, very far in advance. And the second thing is that it works so well for the story, the formulaicness, and, just like the stuff that I saw coming a mile away. It's probably what would have worked best for the film. I don't think I could come up with another way that would work even better, even if it's just for the sake of being less cliched. It still just wouldn't work for the film as good, if that makes sense. So I'm with the majority on this one. I loved it. It's definitely one of the standouts from this year, which I hadn't gotten to see all the movies that I wanted to see this year, but it's like really, really good, and I definitely highly recommend it. Other things I liked, it felt like a movie that I would have made. Like, it made choices that I felt like I would have made as a filmmaker, and it's very enjoyable. It felt a little long for an animated film, but that's because it was, and it definitely held my attention. The visuals were great. The characterization and how they relayed off of each other was fascinating, to say the least, and it was really good. The movie was probably one of the most humorous Spider-Man movies I've seen, and that's saying something. The action was very good. The voice acting was good. I can't really think of a performance that I didn't like. A lot of people complained about the villain of the movie being, like, too okay. But honestly, the small bit of, like, backstory that we are given on the villain of the movie, which, by the way, this is going to be all spoiler-free, so I won't talk about any specific details. The small little bit of backstory that we did get about the villain, I found fascinating. One other small little nitpick I have about it is that I felt like the movie borrowed too heavily from other material. Like, for example, without spoiling the ending reminded me a lot of Beyond Two Souls' ending, which played out very similarly. Another thing is that the relationship between the main character and the dad had a lot of parallels to the dad and main character of the Death Note anime, which, once again, all these are just like little nitpicks, but there are like a lot of things I saw while I was watching the movie where I was like, I've seen this before, and I can figure out what it is immediately. I don't remember any other specific examples, but those happened. But yeah, it's a great movie. It's fun. I'd love to see more of, like, sequels in this universe. I found it, like, thoroughly fascinating. Yeah, it's really good. I do, like, highly recommend it. And, yeah. So now I think I'll go into the details of what the reviews are going to be like. I know that this is the second review, which happens to also be an animated movie, but I promise they're not all going to be like that. This movie was getting a lot of high praise, and I think that the movie definitely earns it. Another thing about the details of these videos is I'm just gonna be recording videos immediately after I watch movies while it's fresh in my mind. After I see them in the theaters, I'll only do those. I watch like 2 to 3 movies a day on average, so I can't really just go through all of them. I just want to go through what's new and current, so that way you can get my view while it's in theaters and stuff like that. So, I think I covered everything that I wanted to in this video. This one's definitely a lot shorter than the first review. But, yeah, I think I'll end it here. Thanks for watching. Bye.